We're back. It's OBS doing OBS things. Good afternoon. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Poofy hair today. We'll deal with it later. Anyway, how are you, Aryan? Frat78, I'm sorry to hear that, but best of luck in your match. I'm sure you're gone, but hello. Welcome. Goodbye. Aryan, hello. How are you doing today? We got some cool stuff coming up for you guys today. Not gonna be doing like major analysis stuff. There's no clip I have for you guys. This is really just purely what you guys want me to kind of talk about. If there's any questions you guys might have, this is the time to do it. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun with this, and then we might get into some games later. Who knows? Depends on how long this goes on for. I'll be streaming today and probably tomorrow night, because I will not be able to stream on Saturday. So there's that. This shadow on this side of my face is really bugging me. Like really bugging me. But hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hoping people come on in here. Cause we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of that. Everybody's landing for PMWC. Very exciting. Very cool. I was watching all the casters arrive and everything, and that's really fun. They're gonna have a great time. So, that's gonna be a whole lot of fun. Alright, well, to start off, why don't we look through, what we had up here in the, Discord. If it's taking a little while for people to get in here, let's look at some questions in the Discord. Freeze! Hello, good afternoon, good morning. How are you today? That head bumps for gamers for real, right? What, this thing? Yeah. Yeah, it's the gamer tuft. It's the nerd tuft. Because really, at the end of the day, gamers are just nerds. I know that's a hot take. I know, but you know what? It's right. Got some iced tea, peach iced tea. Nice. It's not the sweet iced tea that you might be used to, Freeze. It's not. It's not Southern sweet tea, which is just god tier. This is Lipton peach iced tea. This is our European equivalent. It's nice. I had some left over because we got some for a trip, and we ended up getting like, instead of one big bottle, it was like 6 cans, and so I have some left over. That's the only sweet tea. What, this? Yeah. Otherwise, it's normal tea for me. My mom makes tea, sweet, like iced tea, but she doesn't make hers as sweet as I'd like it. Oh, Southern? Ah, yes, yes. It's iconic. Southern sweet tea, whole other level. So much sugar, but you know what? It's fine. Honestly, if I was in the South, I would not be able to stop eating slash drinking all the sugar, because boy, do they have some sweet stuff. Baking soda. Oh, interesting. See, I've never actually made tea, iced tea, like sweet iced tea, like the Southern way. So that is foreign to me. Interesting. I've put baking soda in something I shouldn't have before. Is that chocolate cake? Like obscene amounts of it, because you know how you read teaspoon as tablespoon sometimes? Mm? Freeze in the chat over here. But, I just come out of the shower, now my back's all damp because my hair. Boop. Alrighty. Should we get into it a little bit? I know it's very awkward with the no music and everything, but ever since I got monetized, not even monetized on YouTube ads, just being able to get like fan memberships and super chats and stuff like that. YouTube has systematically gone through the last 3 years of content and copyright striked all of them. Almost all of like my live streams, even back to 2021, which was like weekly scrims for like no reason. Like, who cares? 2 people are watching that a month. If that, there's no one watching it. And they're going through all of my current live streams and my recent ones and copyright striking the heck out of all of them. So there will be no income when I finally do reach the full thing. Yeah, I won't get monetized for any of my recent live streams. So, you know what, this live stream? No sound, no music whatsoever. They can't get me. So, yeah, all of my proper videos, like my full length stuff that's not a scrim or a stream, are fine. They're fine because I used copyright non-copyright content. The idea is that I haven't used copyrighted content on my streams either, but then the owners of that content changed their minds. So 3 years later, I'm getting stuck. So yeah, it's quiet. Add a teaspoon of baking soda to 2 cups of sugar. Oh, oh, I need to try that, Freeze. I need to try that. 2 cups of sugar though. That's crazy. All right, so let's get into Discord. Hi, Raja. Welcome into the stream. We're gonna be doing Q&A. If you have any strategy questions, you're gonna want to ask them now because I'll answer them. Okay, let's get into Discord. Let's go. And now the question will be how to take 4v4 fights in advanced form, not the basis. What? And second, will you play PUBG later? Because I've made a new account because you know BGMicing. That's the low sugar recipe. That's insane. See what I mean, Freeze? See what I mean? Yeah, I'm playing PUBG. I am, Aryan. But I think what's gonna be happening is I'm gonna be a little bit stricter on who I'm playing with. Just because I want to really just like play the game properly. And as much as I love my boys do not love the game. They don't want to play the game like I do, so. Alright, so 4v4 fights in advanced form, not the basics. Oh, you mean like an advanced tutorial on 4v4s, not the basics. Right. Well, the problem with that, Aryan, is going to be that the advanced form is based on how your team plays and how other teams play around you. So how I would need to know how your enemy team, like in BGMI or whatever, plays their like against a specific team and go, okay, they playing it this way, so you need to play it that way. That's the advanced form. The basics are all I can give you unless I'm actually your coach or I'm doing a coaching session with you where you give me all those things. Because to be honest, otherwise, kind of stuck. Imagine if you used PewDiePie video in your video. I might. What's he gonna do? Copyright strike me? YouTube's already done that. So, I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of no ghosts. Could you talk about team splits and how to avoid mistakes? Bushimyo, welcome to the stream. Yes, I can. I can, in fact, do so. That's still only been seen by 3 people. I think that's incorrect. Let me just refresh this feed. We'll get right into it. So, you're asking team splits and avoiding mistakes. So I have a lot of videos about team splits and things like that. Oh! I think it's the first time I've seen Jukes' baby. That's crazy. Sorry. Jukes just posted on Instagram. Sorry. Hang on. Okay. Boom. Sorry. It's just because it was 5 minutes ago I had to respond. Anyway. All right. Team split. So let me find a clip here. Let's see. A clip for team fights. Team fights. I think this one's a pretty good one, if I'm remembering this one correctly. Bedtime! Goodbye, Freeze. Have a great night's sleep. I'll see you when I see you. Stay frosty. I'm sure that's somebody's YouTube thing, stay frosty. Anyway, goodbye. Good morning, Green. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's work going so far? How did you sleep? All of the above. How to handle third party against a good team, of course. We'll get right into that, Ezio. Welcome to the stream. But first, we gotta see Bushimyo's question here, and we're gonna talk about team fights. Or team splits, rather. Team splits. So this one is, I think we went over this one already, but you know what? We'll go over it again. Also, feel free to give me more personalized stuff, like if your team is struggling with something, and we'll talk about it and we'll get it out there. It doesn't have to be just general stuff, because a lot of the general stuff is going to be for videos. That's like, okay, well, I can make a video about that. This is really just for your specific, your personal struggles here. So let's look at this. DRS and Lakers. And we can see some splits coming in here, right? Let's talk about this split, right? So this is an idea of a very kind of risky play coming in here, but it's one that works. Lakers, if you look up at the minimap, have a 3-1 split. That little pink thing at the bottom of the minimap is in fact their teammate. So they got a big 3-1 split coming in here. Welcome, Fun Time. Hello, hello. Work is a pain, but yet tomorrow off. Yes. I'm gonna do a stream Green tomorrow night, I think is the plan. So if you want to hop in, I'm gonna do that because I can't stream on Saturday morning. I'm out Saturday. And then PMWC. All right. So this is a kind of split that's really, really risky. But when you want to think about team splits, you want to think about your anchor point. And if you have an anchor point, you can maneuver around that anchor point. And I'll show you what I mean here. So let's zoom in a little bit and we're going to go over to the mini map. Let's make sure you can see that. Yes, you can. All right. So what I mean by an anchor point is basically a central player that the other players move around. So in this case, I mean, you could say this is the anchor point. It is. This guy is the anchor point. So then you have, right now, they're all three are right here, which makes it a bit weird. But if you're looking up for a more like fan aspect, like that split, you could do this and this. Basically, the anchor point, ideally, is the player that has angles on every single one, that he can cover every single player if need be. That's your anchor point. So when you're looking at doing a split, you want to make sure that the guy, whoever is the guy that will have angles on all of you, is the guy that is your anchor point. So let's say, I don't know, let's go with the guy at the top here, this guy and this guy. Let's just say all three of those are part of the same team. What you're going to want to decide is who in this scenario is your anchor point. It's going to be the player that can look at all three of these people. Now, barring any landscape sort of thing, this is purely just an example. I personally would go with the guy who's the most equal distance from everybody. In this case, it's going to be this guy, right? If you see here, this guy, first of all, he's out of zone if we're going to take zone into account in this example. But he's closer to this guy, but he's ages away from this guy. So he's unlikely to have the same amount of angles he has on the guy that's more in front of him. So if we go from there, you can then see that this guy has more angles. He's equal distance, roughly. Sure, he's always going to be, further away from this guy, from this one. But it's fairly equal. It's more equal than the guy up there. Does that make sense? Awesome, Green. So that is kind of Bashimyo team splits. You want to make sure you have that. Now, you do in other areas, you will see teams who don't have an anchor point necessarily. Let's go to TJB here. There's a lot of good stuff coming in here. Let's think about this really quickly. And Tiamba. What's this? What's this? I'm looking for more of a spread because like gladiators or rip gladiators end of an era. My favorite team broke up. I love that for me. Anyway, GG gladiators, Navi, whoever you want to call them, did a really good job of this sort of massive split without a real anchor point. But I think probably if we went back, we could probably see that they actually did have an anchor point. It just wasn't super noticeable. And the anchor point doesn't always have to be the guy in the center. The anchor point is really just is the player that is in the safest position that has angles on as many players as possible. It should be all three, but if he's got angles on two players and then one is just off, like a 3-1 split almost, then that's fine too. It's just the teams can work, or the players can work safely around him and move to different areas because he has eyes on all of them. That's the point. So I hope that answers your question. I'm not really seeing another example in this clip. Okay, well, okay, we could use this one. To me, the anchor point for Jen here is going to be Junie. Because Macau can't do anything because he's blocked by this building. He can't actually see to the two front players here. However, Junie can see this way, and this way, right? So he is the anchor point. They don't all have to be in front of him. They can be behind him as well. It's just he's in a safe space and he has angles on them all. So that is another example of kind of an anchor point that isn't a fan kind of image. It is just a straight line, and you can do this in as like a square as well. Often you'll see teams kind of split in a square formation, and it's the same sort of deal. So I hope that answers your question. Good morning, Zoom. Welcome. Well, yes, Ariane, but I think being knocked is really going to be inevitable. There's always going to be a situation where you're knocked. It's the name of the game. And that's kind of where you have a risk reward sort of factor, and you kind of go, this is risky, you better not get knocked because we will not be coming to get you. So you really have to go, all right, if he's in this risky position, is he gonna get a squad wipe? Yes, then take the risk. If he's there just to kind of hold a position for no real reason, maybe get a kill, it's not worth it, get out, find somewhere else. So yes, you're right, Ariane, but you can't play super safe all the time. You have to take those risks. Is this the only thing? I'm just going to reread this to make sure I got it. The only thing that needs to be considered is to not get knocked into the team even with or without the anchor point, because when someone is knocked out, yeah, so don't be stupid. But you got to balance the risk reward thing, all of that. Yeah, and I'm thinking more of splits as in holding a position, kind of late game control, zone control, and circle control, stuff like that. I'm not thinking about 4v4 close quarter combat or anything like that. That is a different kettle of fish. You've got to really kind of tweak it a little bit more, because I think in a 4v4, you are playing very together and the communication has to be on point, and you are all going to kind of split off and kind of try and surround and do all that. However, a lot of the time I think it's very much every man for himself, because you can't You can't tell your players how to play every single step, right? At some point, the player has to take over and go, I'm going to push here. And he just tells his team and they coordinate, right? There's difference. Tiamba wants to be aggressive. They're not. They're aggressive in PEL, but in this example, in this clip here, they actually play on the global. Not good. It's not good. I hope they figure it out because they got PMWC tomorrow. TJB on the other hand, super excited to see them. I want to see how they play. I really like the lineup. It's a really solid team, and I really wish they go with it moving forward, like back to PEL. But maybe it's a global only sort of team that only works there. I don't know, because it's a really good team. Hi, Rohan. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's go on to the next question. It was up here somewhere. Okay, we did Bushimios. Okay. Ezio, how to handle a third party against a good team. Now, I've got, again, a lot of videos on third parties that you can go ahead and watch. But let's think about what clip would best illustrate how to, did you say defend against third parties? I think that's what the question was. How to handle, against a good team. Okay, Ezio, clarify. Do you mean handling it as in somebody's third partying you? Or do you want to third party somebody else that's a good team? Can you clarify that for me, please? Because that's two very different things. How to defend compounds? Be good. No. Know your compound inside out, Conquest. You need to know the best angles. You need to know all the little trick things like, silly angles, like, okay, so in this, I know this one's a common one, but it's just an example. Is there one where I can look at this? I don't think so. Where is it? I need a compound. Hello? It's not gonna show up. Okay. Okay, well this is good enough. It's the same sort of deal. I'm thinking about the compound, where the in classics where the revive is, the recall is, and it's next to Georgia Pole crates. That house, it has a similar like little ledge here, but a little teeny tiny window. And my point being, if you are trying to defend a compound, you need to know that you can come out here onto this ledge and walk around and get onto that other window. You need to know that those sort of angles that aren't really the house, that you just need to be able to find those little angles, find all those little tricks to the house itself, to that compound. Make sure you know them inside and out. Be very, very, very communicative with your team. You have to be very drilled in how you communicate, because I don't think it's really something you can strategize for. You can't go, okay, we defend this building this way, and the apartments this way. You can't, because how you defend is often based on how the team attacks, right? So it's not something you can super prepare for. It's knowing the compound, knowing the angles you can get, those little sneaky trick angles, and it's making sure you're not too much on the defensive. You want to find an opportunity to turn it to the offensive. Go straight back to attacking. They're trying to attack you? No, you attack them, that sort of thing. So it's really very proactive. Being patient, a lot of it is being patient, that you don't go in, don't push one by one. Please don't push one by one. Oh my God, the amount of times I've had that happen. Don't do it. Anyway. So there's that. Okay, Ezio has responded. Let's see. Onlys is already signed by WBG, and I think he's playing in this. Onlys? Onlys. Who's Onlys? And rings a bell. Yep, defending. Okay. Defending. Ooh. Okay. Defending third parties. Okay, I've got a great example here. I did use it in a video. However, it's very, very good. Do I still have it? Yes. Okay. So this one you guys might recognize. That's just that's me prepping the video. Hang on. Let's see. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna watch this because this is awesome. So we have Regnum Caria, and I think it's not. It's versus no, it's not. Who is it by? Oh, it is 3D Max. Okay, so 3D Max RCDB having this fight over here. I want this hill. No, I want this hill. No, I want this hill. Okay. 3D Max end up going out. Rip them. Sad ha 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 noises. Okay. Regnum Caria. Alright, this is faster. Just to play it. They're big chillin'. Oh no! Look who's shown up. It's Moneymakers, who are in PMWC, by the way. Love those guys. Anyway. So, what your question is how to defend against a good team who is third partying you. I'm going to show you what happened, and then I'll show you how RCB could have changed this. So, Moneymakers come in with the nades first and foremost. Really, really good. Look at the barrage of nades coming in there. There's nothing RCB can do about this except go backwards, which is exactly what the Moneymakers want. They want you to move back so they can move forward. It's put you on the defensive immediately, right? Cool. So that's what's happened. Silas went out a long time ago. There we go. He was by that buggy. You do have Wild trying to defend here, but the nades keep coming through. That's going to be bringing them down to health. They're scrambling a little bit because now they got two things to worry about. Not a whole lot they can do, and Moneymakers just come straight through. You do have Kiss, but he does get taken out. So, that's RCB done and dusted and out and everything. There is a way they could have done this, and I think it's something that you will find helpful. I think, personally, RCB could have done something right about, I don't know, here. Their first mistake, and I will sneeze, so hang on. Their first mistake was coming this way. Why on earth? Like, I suppose it makes sense, right? It's a little bit of cover, whatever, but it's downhill. All this does is make the nades that are here, they're coming this way. Once the players actually get here, now the nades go this way, right? So it's super, super nadeable, but it's all they could do at that point in time. For me personally, and what I want you to take away from this as well, is the fact that RCB didn't have to just go backwards. You're always trying to find angles. You're always trying to find that side, that off angle, whatever. I don't think that RCB should have gone backwards. Instead, they should have gone, I don't know, this way. They probably couldn't have come on this side, but I would have liked to see them go onto the opposite side of the hill and then down and then back up, right? Does that make sense? I don't have a visual of that, but there is a road here, yada, yada, yada. I'm just saying, it doesn't have to be perfect for this example. What I'm saying is using this as an example for what you can do. Don't just go backwards. Backwards, bad. B for bad, okay? Once those nades keep coming in, that's when you kind of reposition, but don't go back. Next thing, start throwing nades of your own. Now, the whole point of a third party is that the enemy is going to attack you when you've just finished a fight. So you're low on meds, you're low on health, you're trying to heal up, you don't have that much ammo, you need to restock, whatever, right? So that's kind of the idea. What you want to do is buy yourself time. What Moneymakers have done here is cancel out that time that RCB had. RCB were trying to heal while also moving back, while also trying to avoid nades, while also trying to stop Moneymakers from approaching, etc. What you want to do then is, if you have that utility, and make sure you have that utility, throw them back. Excuse you, this is ours. Throw them here, throw them there. Don't just chuck them, because what Moneymakers are able to do here is just chuck them, because they're in control at this point. What you want to do is you're going to have to be a bit sneakier about it. If you predict that there is going to be a player by these cars, throw it there. If you think there's going to be a player in this area, throw it here. You can do a barrage. You can just chuck the nades a little bit, but I want you to be more specific with them. Be more precise and kind of figure it out as much as you can, within the next 3 seconds sort of deal, Just make some educated guesses. Don't just chuck them randomly, because that will be easy for the team in control to avoid, if that makes sense. All right. So the lesson here is regroup as quickly as possible. What was the word I used? Regroup, reposition, and attack. Throw those nades. Buy yourself back that time, right? Go, no, actually, my Molotovs are going to go in front of you, so you can't actually move forward. That's what you want to do. Don't fall back from the nades. Push towards the nades almost. It kind of goes back to what I was saying with those nades happening. Is the idea is the nade is going to push you back. They're not expecting you to go forward from it. That's not something they're going to expect. So for you, that's something that you want to do. That's something you want to take into account. I think that answered it, at least for now. Rohan, start coaching a team. What is the most important thing you have to remember? Stay positive with your team. There's going to be good and bad days. Learn to roll. Green, excellent point. Excellent point. I think also build trust, obviously, but trust is so important as a coach. You need your team to trust you so that when they don't like the decisions you make, they still trust you to do them, right? There's always going to be that thing. If you say that you're going to bench a certain player, but they don't trust you, they're probably going to ignore you, or they're going to fight about it, or they're going to do something, right? If you've built up that synergy and you go, you're not on your A game, I need to bench you for today, they might not like it, but they go, okay, that's fine, right? There's a difference there. So you really want to be friendly, be nice, be kind, be super supportive. If they know that you are supportive of them and have their best interests in mind and want to support them and you trust them, then they will trust you when things don't go their way. I think that's really, really important. Yeah, fight back in small words. Yes, but fight back smartly. Yeah, the cursor. There's somewhere where I can do that. Hang on. Maybe it's this one. Capture. It says capture cursor. I'm not sure why it's not. Can you see this? Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. The cursor is not. That's why I'm having to use arrows. I'm not seeing the cursor. It's on there. It should be there, but it's just not. Welcome in, Classy Scrimmer. Are you classy? Nice. How to rotate and enter zone safely. I have an entire video about that. How to rotate. I have 2 videos on that, actually. I have how to rotate. Is it how to rotate effectively? It might be how to rotate effectively. Let me check that. I have 2 videos. And again, this stream is more for your very specific, like my team struggles with this, not just how-tos. So if there is a video that just really does say everything I'm gonna say, then I will direct you to that video rather than use up time here. How to rotate. Yep, how to rotate, the basics to early versus late versus center versus edge rotation. You're going to want to watch that. And also, if you haven't watched it already, the ultimate guide to rotation, those 2 videos are up on my stream, and you'll be able to, all the info is right there. When is good time to take good zone control, and what's the best way to do it? Again, Zoom, I have so many videos on this. The good time to take good zone control is any time. I like to think of it as a vacuum. So if generally, like in the game, best time to start taking control would probably be zone 6-ish, very end of 5 into 6 into 7, but like beginning of 7's kind of the latest. So really zone 6 is really where you want to be, right? Um no, I'm going to take that back because there's only 9 zones and that's at no. I'm going to take that all back. I'm going to say you should start towards mid to end zone 4. And then zone 6 is when you can really start to hone in on that. If there's not an opportunity until zone 6 to start getting some zone control, then that's fine. But zone 6 is kind of your latest point. Okay. Zone control is whenever you see that there's a position that has not been taken, that is available for you and will continue to be control, like a position of power for the next couple of zones. So Navi were really, really good at this. That they would find some little bit of open ground and then kind of spread out. And then as the zone went on, they would spread out further and further and further. And the key to that was making sure teams didn't come towards them. They used long range sprays as teams were rotating to actually push teams away from them because they're like, we're just trying to get in zone. We don't need a fight right now. We're not coordinated enough for this. And so they pushed them into each other and created more of a vacuum for themselves. As teams got pushed more towards the edge, that made more control for them. You can do any type of split. When teams like me also do good in scrims, but when it comes down to a tournament, everything goes to trash because they don't know what to do. What types of repetitive techniques used in in-game? Yeah. Hi, Soren. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so... Yeah, that's basically... I mean, yeah. And that's where practice comes in, Aryan. That's where the scrims come in because, yeah, you can do good in scrims. But basically, what I'm hearing from that is that they are playing, but then in tournament when things get serious, they don't actually know what strategies they're using. That says to me that you don't have a clear-cut strategy using one or two different strategies depending on the scenario. So you never want to have just one strategy. We always fight this way. No. For fights, you want 1, 2, maybe 3, 2 or 3 different options and call them something. This is, strategy A, strategy B, strategy C. We're using strategy C for this event, for this fight. You see someone coming towards you, strategy C, everybody goes. Whatever. Something like that. You have to make sure that it's very, very specific while you still tweak it and adapt and do stuff in game and go, no, actually go here, whatever. But that is telling me that no one actually knows what the strategy is. Epic Gamer asks, have you ever coached any team IRL? I have. I didn't coach, but I was analyst for Unicorns of Love, German team, PMPL 2022. That was a long time ago now. And then I was also coach for 7th Element, who are now 52 Esports. But I was coach for them when they were 7th Element, June of last year to December of last year. And I coached them through PMPL Pakistan, South Asia Championships, and PMGC. They qualified for PMGC. So I have technically coached a PMGC team. We went to league stage. We were in group red. Why RCB usually one smoke? Why not more? Most likely they didn't have any more, and that's really where Moneymakers timed it really, really well. Yeah, they timed it very well so that they didn't have time to really actually get any smokes back. I'm guessing that they were very low on utility in this example. My throat. Yes, simple. I worked with crypto for a few months. Yes. Ugh. My throat. Starting to hurt a little bit. I don't know why I get all coachy, but I get this voice that is not my voice and it strains my voice. As an IGL, I hesitate to take fights sometimes because honestly I want to reduce the uncertainty of pre-nades and third parties. Like I want total control while converting a match. What do you think? Let me think about this. As an IGL, I hesitate to take fights sometimes. Okay. You want to reduce the uncertainty of pre-nades and third parties. Okay. Ezio, this is not the way to go about it. I personally, and this will come with time, this will come with experience, whatever, especially experience as you learn the teams that you're more regularly competing with. How I would personally reduce the uncertainty of pre-nades and third parties is what it sounds like is that you're taking fights without actually having gathered any information about the teams around you. So it sounds like you're going in blind, and so you don't want to take fights because you're going in blind and you don't know where anybody is or where that nade is going to come from or who's going to third party it. As a professional team, or as somebody who wants to be in a professional team or become a professional team, you have to, before you go into a fight, and this will come in time, this will be like kind of just split-second decision-making and analysis, but you want to know, before you take a fight, where is the team? Where are other teams? What is the weak point of this compound / area we're going to be fighting in? Where can other teams third party from? Like, if there's a weak point, right? Like, take, in Orangel, you know, next to Mansion, there's that little compound on the cliff bit, right? The weak point, it should be a strong point, but actually a lot of it's weak because you don't see them coming because there's a cliff and then you can just come up the cliff and over. So then you're going, okay, the weak point is the rooftops and the weak point is that bit where you can actually get up to it. Those are your weak points. Okay. So then how do we fight that? Well, if you're in the middle of a fight and somebody threatens you from the north side where the blue building is, then my idea would be to give them the blue building. It's too much area, you're too split, and move back to the main building, fight from there, do something like that. So you want to know where the teams are, where the team you're going to be fighting is, where the other teams are as well, weak points, and kind of have an idea of who the teams are. So say if it's Falcons, that's nearby, so they're in Mansion, they hear a fight going on in that other compound next to Mansions. I'm going, Falcons will do it. Falcons are going to push. They're going to third party this fight. Let's take, I don't know, just a random other team, Lakers, for instance. I don't know. I'm just saying, Lakers might not. They might stay put and kind of go, I'm not sure about this. I think we'll wait. So it's part of it as well is knowing the teams who are around you and go, they're going to do this. Not always possible, but you want to have that as much as possible. So Ezio, to me, sounds like you're not getting enough information. Scout some more. Pay closer attention to the kill feeds versus what you're hearing, etc., etc. So I managed crypto. Oh, I've already answered that. Oh, hola, Taylor. Welcome to the stream. How are you, good sir? How was EWC? Looking excellent. Did great. Good job, Taylor. How are you? No such thing as total control. Very true. If you don't actually practice the splits and strategies and see what's one of them is scrims and what works and how to effectively change them, then you won't ever know for bigger games. Soren, absolutely. Ugh. Do you think if you're too exposed on a side while taking a fight to a third party, do you back off the fight or take a different angle? Very good question. If you're too exposed on a side while taking to a fight into a third party, do you back off the fight or take a different angle? Too exposed. You've used the wording too exposed. So you've already assessed the risk reward and decided it's too risky. At this point, I would then look to the probability of winning the fight and kind of going, do we have this in the bag? Can we get this done in less than 40 seconds? If we can get it done within kind of half a minute, then take it. Just take a different angle, work with what you have. if you go, actually, we're way too exposed here, it's gonna be a little bit stagnant. We're gonna fight back and forth for a while here. We're way too open, then you back off. That's really down to your discretion in the moment. Yoel bottled in the last day. I was the analyst, man. I was not the coach. I just handed in the stuff. To be honest, I don't really remember. um, at that point, there was a lot going on, I think. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, man. It was a long time ago. I don't really remember how it went. I think they hadn't been doing too well for a while, so it was kind of like, oh. It wasn't like a big upset. Yo, welcome. UWC was incredible. Love being there. Professionally, it challenged me a ton. Awesome. Well, you know what? The one that I saw sure did. Oh my god. This poor man, guys. Taylor was, if you don't know, were you hosting it? Yes. Yes, you were hosting it. Warzone. And the day that I tuned in, there was at least a 2-hour delay on screen because there was a technical issue. So poor Taylor and crew, who all did a phenomenal job, by the way, had to just yak for ages, going to break, coming back, talking some more, going into an interview, coming back, talking some more, going to a break for over 2 hours. It was insane. So, ugh, dreadful, but y'all did such a good job. 2.5 hours, that's insane. That's insane. Yes, remember to hit the like button, please. Currently 15 likes. All right, let's go. All right, did I miss anybody here? Can I share the video of a tournament as a third person? Not like a coach, but yeah, I can view this out because I think I know. A whole tournament? I mean, we can't do that right now, but I mean, you can send it in the Discord. And people can watch it, sure. Oh, give my voice a break here, guys. Jeez. I was just saying, Taylor, this isn't even my casting voice. My casting voice is far more relaxed in my throat. For some reason, when I do these analysis streams, not the gameplay streams, but when I do the analysis streams, my voice is so tight, and so now my throat gets really dry and sore. I don't know why it happens, but sure. Ever have to fill for tight series, we'll be ready. 100%. Jeez. Yeah. Seventh Element, fall split of South Asia, or SAC. Fall split. Day 2, I want to say it was day 2, right? Phenomenal. So good. I loved them so much in that. And because they are such a talented team. They have all the ideas, they have all the talent. They just needed guidance, and it was just like, oh, it's fun to work with them. It's a whole, but I mean, sure, if it's a clip, then sure, but if it's the whole tournament, no, thank you. We ain't here forever. That's true, Taylor. That's true, probably. But it's like a very tight voice. Like, it's not my casting voice even. I don't know. I don't know why I decided. I get this voice sometimes when I'm trying to be, like, I'm trying to not impress people, but kind of show that I do know what I'm talking about. So often, this is my coaching voice because I'm like, I'm presenting things to you and I want you to believe me. So then I get like this. Ah. What's your opinion on SA Lamy? Some of the best teams are playing there. After coaching that lobby, I was very impressed with a lot of the teams. Really, 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 really good. What did I miss? Lots. We've just been chatting. I'm impressed. Okay. All right, Taylor. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think it'd be really fun to work with them, to be honest. But I'm looking to move regions at this point. Zisted. Why do I recognize this name? Yeah, I looked to move outside of the region. There was a lot going on behind the scenes just as a region that was just not where I wanted to be. Thank you very much. I am Sadiq. I am Zubair Sadiq. Did I get that right? I hope so, but thank you very much. You're new here? No, you're not. No, you're not. I know that name. I know that name. You're not new here. Ooh, also, guys, just gonna take this quick moment to let everybody know that we have memberships now. Yay! I set up a membership thing. There's only one level, but you'll get highlighted chats in highlighted messages in chat. Very cool. You'll also have um, access to a cool little badge that tells everybody that you're a member. You get new emotes, which are very cool, and you also get access to or early access to videos. So a lot of the time, I am working right up to the deadline to get a video done, so it won't always work that way, but when I do have a video actually done before the deadline, you'll get it early. So that's always fun. So go ahead, check that out if that's something that interests you. Eventually, I'm kind of toying with the idea of either doing more of this stuff or applying the membership status to kind of be a way that you can ask questions. So if we do more of these Q&As, which is actually a lot of fun, I'm enjoying this. If we do more of these Q&As, then I'm kind of thinking maybe members will have members only sort of question and Q&A and stuff, things like that. So I'm not sure, but if you want to get in early on that, then click join, and that will get you where you need to go. So just letting you all know. You're new here? Oh, well, welcome. Oh, Neb, where am I from? Complicated question. No, I live in France, but I'm English American, 50-50. Zone shift is more defensive in nature. You're not going to be able to back up your play as much. If your third party trap setup much more aggressive, so you'll need to make sure you can cover your teammates in the split. Yes. Zone shift is more defensive. Like the zone shifting. Oh wait, no, I'm coming in on half a conversation here. Let me go up. Preemptive zone shift or third party opportunity zoom. Is it good? Oh, sorry. Is it a good idea to hold large splits in Sandhawk, as is usually? Preemptive zone shift. Okay, both. And you said both, and then zone shift more defensive in nature. Yeah. Sandhawk personally, I would always go for a preemptive split and not a huge one. In media, Aryan, go ahead. I'm having a hard time really understanding here, but I think that's what Green said. So I agree. Football or soccer? Neither. I know. Or, well, I do like American football a lot more than soccer, to be honest. Don't tell my father. I hope he's not watching right now. My sister likes soccer a lot more. I like American football, but I don't watch either because I can't really get American football over here. This is, once you're removed from the culture, it's kind of like, well. What to do in a situation. Fifth circle, hard shift to circle, only one compound and no other properly covered area. I am go to the last analysis stream that we did, we covered this exact situation where there is very, very open, hilly terrain, not a lot of cover at all. Now, by proper covered area, do you mean only compound? Like, is properly covered to you a compound, or is it a tree and a rock kind of close to each other? What's your definition of properly covered? Would I react to the tourney? Oh, fine. You said I don't see a link, so I can't react if I don't see a link, bro. Can't react if I don't see a link. So you need to get right on that. Just saying. What? What? Right. So let's think about this. Okay, so fifth circle, hard shift. Only one compound, and everybody's taken the other cover. I would make a long rotation. I would go to wherever the farthest end of that hard shift went to, if possible, if there's somebody there. If there's nobody there, then you're in luck because it shouldn't really be occupied unless somebody's already got it. If somebody's already got it, they won't really be expecting you to come in from that angle, from behind them. So if possible, I would kind of try and do a surprise attack. You're going to have to fight somebody in this situation. I would find the team that does the most, no, I would find the team that has the greatest weakness or that has the sort of weakest hold on a position. Not the weakest position because you don't want the weakest position. I would find the team that has a position that you want that isn't holding it well or is struggling, or this is where you third party, or you go to the far end of the zone and do that. Who will win PMWC? Hard to say. I would really love vampires to win it again because I want a team to win something 3 times in a row, but I think it's going to be a lot harder this time. Falcons need to win a global tournament, but maybe PMGC. PMGC in England when I'll be there. Maybe. Please. That'd be awesome. Also, I'm personally looking forward to seeing how TJB play. Like I said earlier, I love their global squad that they keep putting together, and it's a really, really strong team. Okay, Ariane, no problem. Opinion on old RRQ Athena and BTR. Dude, you're going back to 2019? That's crazy. They were awesome. I don't remember too much of them except that they were awesome and I remember enjoying watching them, but I couldn't tell you specifics of them 4 or 5 years ago now. But very cool, very good. All right, media, here we go. Oh Lord. Oh, it's whole matches. See, this is what I was saying. I'll skip around in them, but I'm not watching all of them. I need to copy the link. Okay. I'm not because I'm almost done here. My voice is starting to go a little bit. Or we can just do no sound. There's always that. Window capture. Why is this? There we go. That'll do. I know, that's why I said it. You said, okay, sure. Sure. Okay, let's go here-ish. Let's see. Is this you then, Ariane? Did I just call you Ariane? Is that your name? I sure hope it is. Okay, just gonna check. It's you? Cool. Really want to hear your story, how you became an analyst. Ooh, good. Let's get into that in a second. All right, so that's where the zone went. That's where the plane path went. Nice little split there, a little bit far, but sure. Ariane, yeah, okay. And ghost maneuver. Got it. Nice. So wondering if y'all went across shelter up to mansion, perhaps? That would be a really good rotation for you. Okay. Hi, Soloji. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's skip ahead. Y'all looting. No one cares. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see what rotation you did. Let's have a look. Okay. So far, so good. Where are you going? What you doing? Move up further. Where are you guys now? Okay, not too far. You're kind of doing a little bit of a regroup. You're 8 minutes into game, though. That's awfully long. But you know what? This is a scrim that you know what you're doing. So, it's only going to be in like PMSLs and stuff and those qualifiers that you're going to see those really, really quick rotations. So, that's just how that goes. All right, so you're going to stay around farm. Cool. Wow, you're staying here a long time. Long time. Okay. Cool. Yep, 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 yep. Yeah, it's a tournament. I know. I know it's a tournament. Oh. Is that a fight? Yeah, we can speed it up a little bit here. So this is where you catch two unawares, right? Yeah. Simple. Nicely done. Okay. North of Milta. All right. Cool. I would also kind of suggest to anybody, not just to you, Ariane, because this is fine. But often the thing is with uh tournaments that have lower tier teams than professional in them, amateur, I suppose, is you're gonna see a lot of, oh, but I don't want to wait around, right? So if you had gone up to mansion, like I had in the beginning said, oh, they could go to mansion, right? If you had gone up there, there probably wouldn't have been anybody for like 20 minutes. And you would have been sat there bored out of your minds, right? But there is something to be said for that practice because it gets you into a habit of actually rotating really early if that's what you want to do, rotating center if that's what you want to do, and that might actually help you later on when you become a professional. Just something to keep in mind, not something you have to do, not something I'm going, oh, you always have to do this, not at all, just something to keep in mind. Just saying. He had mic glitch, rip. Okay. Decent rotation. This is fine. It's more northeast than I thought, but that's fine. No problem at all. Keeps you away from the center of the rotation, probably paths that other teams are going to be taking. Interesting zone shift. That's going to be very, very open. So you're going to want to use your vehicles. Nice smokes. Good, good smokes. Blocks that visibility without blocking yourself. I like that a lot. Although you have smoked the box, which is unfortunate because it means that they know where you are. But if there was somebody coming up over the top of that hill, really nice work. Oops. All right, let's watch. Okay, long range. Yeah, played a little with fire there, a little too much. That's fine. It's all good. It happens. But can he get the res? That is the question. Yes, he can. Okay. Cool. You should still be communicating at this point. I'm sure you are. Nice nade. Oh, yeah, really good nade from them. Now the zone's coming in. Yeah, this is where leaving the fight too late. I wouldn't have taken this fight at all, to be honest. Once they were in that compound, it's not worth it. I know you lost a player, but it's really not worth it. Down and out you go, and now you're just down to a solo in the blue without any sort of anything. Okay, you got a buggy. Fine, but yeah. Your mistake was taking the fight. So, Rijo, welcome to the stream. You might go back if you want. Could just do a little bit, huh? Are you late? Kind of, but that's fine. You can always go back in the stream and watch it. It's all good if you want to get some pointers. That's fine. You're not late. We will be wrapping up in just a minute here, though. So yeah, Aryan, to me, you shouldn't have taken the fight. The fight itself was okay. It's the timing of the fight. You're outside a zone, and the zone's coming in or starting to come in. The fight went on way too long. If you want to take the fight, take it. Don't just sit there and kind of pop shots at each other. Take the fight. Take it or don't. Don't sit and wait and kind of, that sort of thing. Don't do that. If that's what the kind of, me reacting is kind of, there you go. That's what I'm doing. Okay, we have time for one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and say we're done here. Oh, cool, Rijo. I hope you're having a good day at work. Okay. Out in the zone. Yeah, it's fine for Sandhawk. No problem. Want to see where... Okay, so you've gone down to docks. Decent... Oh. Stop flipping on the map for 2 seconds. I want to see. Okay, so long way from zone. Docks is always really long, but whatever. It's fine. You might want to... Okay, wait. No, you've got a late rotation, so even in professional circles, this isn't going to matter. You'll be able to get in here. Should be no problems. Okay, so it has gone north. It's gone to Bonn. Okay, we're watching you run. Let's move on. Okay, now you've got a car. It's still north. Good communication. I'm seeing a lot of arrows. I'm seeing a lot of pointers. I'm seeing a lot of yakking on the microphone, so that's good. No! This game. Beep. Boop. Okay. So, let's see. Let's look at this. Okay, so there's going to be teams in Paradise. There's going to be teams in Tapmok. There's going to be teams in Cal. Probably teams coming in from Mong Nai as well. So basically, this is a very full lobby. As an entry point, I would take these 3 compounds just north of you. The one's slightly inside zone. The 2, yeah, I can't do anything right now, but you know where the road comes across that comes into Paradise? It comes over the top of Paradise, and then there's another road that comes down. That little trio of compounds right inside zone. I would go with those as an entry point, personally. Without information that you probably have of where teams are, right? This is me just looking at the map and kind of guessing. Okay. Oh, all right. So one blue says up there. You say down there. Let's see, which one do we go for? And it's north. Okay, so we're going in the direction that I suggested. Good, cool. Again, that's just one of the options. Doesn't have to be. But you did find somebody there, so there is somebody currently there. He falls out of the vehicle. Well done, you. All right. So that just means we're not going to go there. Fair? Fine. Oh, ooh, no. Go away. Nito burrito. All's good. All's fine. But you're in zone. Good job. M24 on Sandhog. Nice. I like it. Bruh. Why are you switching your sensitivities in a tournament? Hello, Satoru. Yeah, really good communication that I'm seeing here. Really nice. Do get knocked from behind, so you've got a little bit of a third party coming in here. That's okay. It's how you react to it. Nice scouting, good stuff. Being careful. I would start. I was gonna say I would start chucking nades at this point, like just a couple, just to see. But if you're low on utility, you still got 27. You might be able to do it, but oh, ouch! I'm not sure where that came from, but yikes. There we go. You still get the res. It's fine. Not bad. But again, you're out in. Okay. I'm not going to say, oh, again, you're out in the zone because you're not. You're in the zone. You're fine. It's just that position. Nice. Good little spray there. Okay. Trying to get inside the next zone's always going to be a bit of a pain. Nice. Okay smoke. I'm not going to say it's super nice because you did walk through it. I would prefer if you walked behind it and at a distance behind it because then you're just pinpointing. Otherwise, you're just pinpointing where you are. Otherwise, okay. I guess you don't have any meds. Zone continuing to hard shift away from you. This zone hates you. Oh my goodness. No sound. Yeah, no sound on purpose. Even though I had a citizens team to do 1-3 split push with one player rush and hold the compound 5, and I think that was the mistake. I don't know. I'm not sure. It depends. Depends on the situation, Ariane. But I know you know that. Okay. Another, yeah. That's rough. Again, what keeps happening here for you guys is definitely holding edge too long. Way too long. That's 2 out of 2 now that you have ended in a decent position. I think it was 6th in the Erangel game, and then what was it, 4th here? 4th? I think 4th. Yeah, 4th. So your position in like the end result is decent, but you could have done a lot better if you had been a little bit more snappy. I think you personally, from those 2 that we saw, we would be so much better if we just stopped being at the edge of zone so long. Make a decision, go for it. Even if it's the wrong decision, you'll learn. At least you don't hold back, at least you don't stay stagnant on the edge of zone, get caught out by a blue, etc., etc. That's never going to be the right decision. If you go forward and make a mistake, or you go forward and it was the wrong place to go forward, then that's fine. But staying still is never going to be the answer. What are we doing? We're doing a Q&A. We're doing a Q&A. Or we did a Q&A. I think that's the end of it. I think we're done now. But we did a Q&A of like, problems and strategies and stuff. It was really fun. I actually had a lot of fun. I have been avoiding doing one of these because I thought I was going to need like all the clips and all the this and all of that to make sure it's all perfect. And honestly, we kind of just did this and it was kind of cool. Destin, hello. Welcome. Don't you dare end. I might. I might, well, I'm gonna game after this, but I'm just gonna take 20 minutes and make myself some tea and stuff. And then we'll get into some games. The story, to be honest, there's not a whole lot to tell. There's not a whole lot to tell, I have to say. Basically, I got into analyzing. I always liked PUBG esports. Always played with my friends like 6 hours a day. It was bad. But 6 hours a day, and we started playing like little fun scrims, like tier 3, like not even. Um, but started doing that. I was the leader of the team. I was not the IGL, but I was basically the manager slash leader of the team. So I was the one who got us, signed up for all the events and whatever. Um, that was really fun and went into managing a couple of other teams. And then I quit the game, moved on, came back in 2020, the end of 2020, got back into it, continued to watch esports, and I wanted to basically, I was like, I want to create a living for myself. There wasn't a whole lot, there isn't a whole lot where I live to kind of have a job. And so I was like, well, how can I, as a 20-year-old, bring in some cash, bring in some money, and kind of create a career? And I was like, oh, I could do YouTube. YouTube could be cool. And then I thought I would love to do YouTube about like PUBG. That would be fun. Like I want to be a streamer. I didn't want to be a YouTuber. I wanted to be a streamer. I was like, I could really get into streaming. Cool. So got a computer, and it was about 4 months later after I first decided to do this that I think I started streaming, because there was like a lot of delays and stuff, and like my family were super on board and everything. Like they paid for a little bit of some of the computer, so I was able to get a much better computer than I was gonna get because they paid up a little bit, so that was really nice. Started streaming March 2021, and that was just gameplay, and that was really fun. I did a lot of, like, I love streaming. I've never been uncomfortable with the camera. I've always been kind of like, I'm talking to all you guys. Like, it's the thing. Then I started a YouTube channel, and I went, I want to start YouTube. How do I make myself unique? Because there's a lot of PUBG YouTubers out there. And then I thought, I could do like competitive stuff. That'd be cool. I like analysis. Like I was already doing analysis. That's why I watched comp, because I would break it down for fun for myself and in my head. And so I was like, hey, actually, I could do that. And I was like, well, Bushka already does how-tos. I'm not even going to get to a level where I step on his toes because he's so much bigger than me at that point. I went, but nobody's teaching people how to play competitively. No one is doing that. No one is breaking down teams plays, professional teams plays, and making a video about it. And I went, that seems like a niche I could get behind. And so that's kind of, the rest is history. I started doing that. I started that channel, or this channel, June 2021 was my first video. In September of 2020, no, it was. I never remember if it was 2021 or 2022. But that analysis, my first analysis video, was why UOL didn't do well in the spring split. And then either that same year or the year after, I got hired by UOL, and they were like, interesting first video you did though. So that was really like, oh yeah, sorry about that. you know. But yeah, that was really, really fun, really cool. And then a friend of mine got me into scrim casting because they needed somebody to host it and to cast it. And I was like, I've never done casting, but okay. Did that September of the same year. So I started streaming analysis and casting in the same year, about 4 months apart. And And yeah, it's been kind of like that since I got the analyst position for UOL. I started casting a lot more. Um, I think it was 2022, spring of 2022. Imperium messaged me and was like, "Hey, we should play sometime, like whatever." And then he got me into like the women's league stuff. He was super helpful, super kind. He got me into everything. He kind of got me to that next step of casting, um and then I started hanging out with then I started doing Titan series for casting and Titan series, and I met Hot Jukes and Mustache Dave and all of the like NA people. I started talking to Maxman, who has always been my favorite. Like I have everybody's my favorite because I know them now, so but like as a fan before I knew any of them, Imperium was always my favorite caster and Maxman was always my favorite analyst, and I'm sort of friends with both of them now, which is kind of cool. And then Imperium stopped casting, and John and Blank have always been people I look up to because they're more my casting style. As much as I love Imperium, Imperium is very high energy, and I'm just not that person. But John and Blank make it work, so I was like, I see you. I want to be you. So it's very cool because I know them all now, and it's really neat. And I know Seven, and I've met Paraboy, and I've met Senator, who's the coach of Falcons, and I'm friends with DK, and yeah, it's been very, very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Yeah, and it's in 3 years, which looking back is not that long, so it's kind of cool. Zute's doing Zute stuff. I don't know. He comes back sometimes and then leaves again. I don't know. There's one guy I've not met in the casting world. I think I've met everybody. Like, who are the regulars? There's John, Blank, Max, Jason. I've not met Colaris. I've met Seven. I've met Jukes. I've met Dave. Who else? DK. Did I mention DK? I've known DK for ages, friends with him. Awesome. Yeah, I think I did. Um, I'm missing a few people here and it's annoying me. But yeah, I know them. I know everybody, but I don't know Zute. Proby, hello. Emotional? Me? No. It's so true, DF. I love them so much. I did a podcast with them, actually. I have an hour and a half long podcast where we discussed the changes coming to how PMSL was going to work in the ecosystem, how that was going to affect teams, if there would be any new strategies, and kind of like news and gossip and stuff. So if you want to go check that out, me, John, and Blank, it was really fun. So yeah, it was very cool. And I know all of you guys, and I stream to all of you guys, and it's fun. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. Ariane, I look forward to seeing you on the battlefield, sir. How to win left side fights in close range. That is super specific. Oh my goodness. No, Satoru. Listen, I'm done. We've been here an hour and a half. I want to do some games now. We'll do this another time though. If y'all wanna do more of these Q&As, I'm so down for it. This was so much fun. Like I didn't prep anything before this. I was just like, you know what? Give me content, and we chatted. It was great. Ever played comp? I don't know if you count tier 3 NA scrims on 350 ping in 2019 comp, but if you do, then yes. And yes, as they all said, go check out the links. There's lots of stuff there. And you can DM me if you need something very specific and tailored to you. Yeah, Ariane, fair. Question denied. Iconic. Is the stream? I thought about that, Proby. I did think about that. I was like, should I wear this shirt? Because it's gonna get me in so much trouble in 4 years when I'm big enough that Coca-Cola is gonna care that I wore a shirt of theirs and they're gonna like copyright strike my video or something. I don't know. I did think about that. I was like, should I wear this? But no, not sponsored. It's just a shirt. It's official Coca-Cola merch though. I didn't know they had that. I bought this at a car boot sale for like €1 and it was like a cute little top. And then it's actually Coca-Cola merch. It's fascinating. I don't like Coca-Cola, but I don't like the original. I like cherry. Cherry Coca-Cola. So good. I'm not a huge soda fan either, Proby, to be honest. Orangina's always good, but I wouldn't like most sodas I wouldn't really drink on my own. I like cherry Coca-Cola. Don't kill me. I don't love root beer. The problem with sodas for me is they're carbonated. I don't like carbonated things. It's the same with like bottled beer. I don't like bottled beer because it tastes very sharp and prickly in my mouth because of all the bubbles. And I don't like that. It creates a very sharp flavor that I don't like, or a sharp sensation. And Coca-Cola, Orangina, all of those, they're all carbonated. They all do the exact same thing. And it's like, I don't like it. But at least with sodas, it's sweet enough to kind of not think about it. I love shakes. I love shakes so much. Yeah. Orange juice, god tier, absolutely. My preferred beverage is tea, like English breakfast tea or sweet tea, Southern sweet tea. As we were throwback to the beginning of the stream. Alcoholics would say that. Say what? Say what, Sotero? Sure, Aryan, sure. Ugh, my poor voice. All right. Well, I think it's time for some games now. I might just do some solo games. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just play a few solo games. We'll see. Milk tea. You know what, Proby? I've never had a milk tea or a. I want bubble tea. I've never had one. No, I lie. I had one and it wasn't good because it was prepackaged and gross. It's one of those like store-bought things. I want a proper boba tea. Mocha? I've never had a mocha. Like, I don't know what you call milk tea, because in Asia, isn't milk tea something different to what we have? Like, I put milk in my tea, but it's not milk tea, right? Twitch isn't on right now. I'd have to stop stream if I wanted to go over to Twitch. I usually have more viewers on Twitch than on YouTube. What do you mean? But okay. Why anytime multi-streaming? Because this is just analysis, and the Twitch viewers don't want analysis, they want gameplay. What about coconut? I don't like coconut milk. I don't like coconut water. No, coconut milk's fine. I like coconut milk. Coconut water, gross. I don't. Coconut's fine. Otherwise, yeah, coconut flavored stuff, good. It's great. It's good. Sugar cane juice, never had it. Coconut milk, half sugar, original pearls. Green, please. I don't have it. It's just now starting to be here, and it's still expensive. It's like €6 a cup, and it's like, why? Like for a small, why? No use, Satoru. So, okay, you know what? It's 4:20. I'm gonna go get some tea. I'll be back in 10 minutes. 2 5s. Yes, but I love my Twitch viewers. Most of my original regulars are still there, so. All right, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna put us. Okay, Guys, how would you rather do this? Either we go on a 10-minute be right back, or I close the stream and bring it back up for gaming. Which one would you rather have? Because if I bring it back down, I can have Twitch on as well and get all those peeps in. Or just YouTube. 10 minutes equals 30 minutes. No, I promise. It'll be 10 minutes. I just have to make some tea. Why are we talking about hot tubs in my stream? You remember when Pokemon Go was a thing in 2016? That's so far away. Ugh. Now I think I'll do some solo games. Hi, Khalid. You could have asked them right here, but we're done for today with this Q&A. We're going to switch to some gaming now. But feel free, we'll definitely be doing this again. I'm not sure when, but definitely again. Or if you're not in the Discord already, you can ask your question there. Close stream, bring up gameplay stream. Got it. You know what? That's exactly what I'll do. I'll bring it up, I'll shut it down and bring it up right back right now. Okay, so that you guys don't go anywhere. If you're watching this stream and don't watch the next stream, or at least leave it on, I'm watching you. Okay. Yeah, sure. Come on. Hit me, Khalid, quickly before I go, because I need my tea. I'll get my sister to start the kettle, and then that way it goes quicker. Don't listen to Green? No, I will listen to Green. She's nicer to me than you are. I said what I said. I said what I said. Instead. I've heard that song like 4 times. That's it. Nice. Listen, I'm making the tea, okay, for her. If I make tea, I usually make her tea. So, she can start the kettle, and then I'll make the rest of the tea. Okay, Khalid, you can't. Okay. Okay. Right. That is not an easy question. How can we improve as a team? There are so many variables to that. There are so many variables. Oh my god. Okay. So how can we improve as a team? We are lagging in fights, synergy, and not able to hold the zone. There's so many things that could be going on there. I'm gonna suggest, Khalid, that you take that to the Discord. We have both me and some experts, and also the whole community is in that Discord, and let's diagnose that problem. I just don't that's just way too big a question to do like as a quick question on stream. I'm about to go. So come down into the Discord and ask your question there, and let's discuss. Pokemon Go in Nintendo, that man was yeah. I've never played Pokemon ever. I've never been a gamer. PUBG's my only game, except when I started streaming multi-games, which we will be doing again. I have God of War, my very favorite game. So yeah, of course. No, come into the Discord. Let's talk about it. Just not right this second. And we got to do some more diagnostics. We got to figure out why you're lagging and stuff like that. All right. Ooh. Have I played Clash of Clans? I might have played the mobile version. Mobile Clash of Clans. I might have done. Like little bit, but probably not. Like not professionally, you know? Not like super into it. Green out here promoting my stuff. Thank you, Green. Yes, you can also hire me. We have group sessions and we also have private sessions. Green, you're too kind. Clash of Clans was cool. I did enjoy Clash of Clans for a little while, but it's something like L green, L promo, no for... Yeah, Ariane. God of War 4? Yeah, the 2018. I've not played any of the others. I've not played God of War, but I love God of War so much. So good. I love Nordic stuff, so anything like that is very cool to me. And I have the game, it's just now my laptop is a little too small because it's a 50 gig game, and I'm afraid that if I stream it, I was waiting to stream it, but now that I'm kind of afraid that if I stream and play it, my computer will explode because it's just a laptop. It's a little laptop, so we'll see. Anyway, stop yakking. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. If you go, once the stream stops, if you go back to my channel page, you'll see the live come up. Okay? You better be back. You better be here.